The dusty edge of the forgotten book is a little ridge of gray, a marker of the months that I have left it. Where you lay it on the shelf, the Christmas that you gave it with a bow. The dusty edge of the forgotten book, and the not yet. The bass walks low like a turning page. The guitar swells like a come of age. The upright plays a chord that sounds like unread, and the brush drum taps a little dread. I pull the book down and blow the dust away. The crackle on the record is the everyday. Oh, the dusty edge of the forgotten book is a shame upon my shelf. A little bit of fluff that I've accumulated by myself. You wrote inside the cover, read this, it changed my life. The dusty edge of the forgotten book, and the husband wife. So let the pages stay unread, the spine uncracked, the story new. The dusty edge of the forgotten book, and the what you knew. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like Reddit. The bass slides low to the heated. I open to the first page and begin. The dusty edge of the forgotten book, and the thin skin. The needle lifts, the book is open. The dust is gone like a broken token. The worn patch on the armchair from your elbow is soft and thin. A little circle of the fabric where the stuffing peeks within. You'd sit and read your mysteries, your elbow in that spot. The worn patch on the armchair from your elbow, and the forgot-me-not. The bass walks low like a turning page. The guitar swells like a coming age. The upright plays a chord that sounds like upholstery, and the brush drum taps a little ghostly. I run my finger over the thin worn place. The crackle on the record is the loving face. So the worn patch on the armchair from your elbow is a fossil of the hours you spent with Agatha Christie in the winter's fading flowers. The fabric's thin, the batting shows the colors worn to gray. The worn patch on the armchair from your elbow and the went away. So let the threadbare circle hold the shape of where you leaned. The worn patch on the armchair from your elbow and the in-between. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like Patchett. The bass slides low to the catch it. I buy some fabric, but I never sew. The worn patch on the armchair from your elbow and the letting go. A needle lifts, the chair still bears the worn patch like a silent prayer. The smell of your perfume on the scarf is trapped inside the wool. A little ghost of jasmine that is beautiful and full. You left it on the coat rack, the winter of the freeze. The smell of your perfume on the scarf and the bend the knees. The bass walks low like a fragrant thread. The guitar swells like a sleepy head. The upright plays a chord that sounds like jasmine, and the brush drum taps a little chasm. I press the scarf against my face and breathe. The crackle on the record is the wreath of grief. Oh, the smell of your perfume on the scarf is a visitor from the past. A little bit of jasmine that is fading way too fast. Each time I open up the drawer, the jasmine linger in the fibers of the knit, the smell of your perfume on the scarf, and a little bit top strums a chord that sounds like wash it. The bass slides low to the lost it. I cannot bear to wash the scent away, the smell of your perfume on the scarf, and the everyday. The needle lifts, the scarf is in my hand, the perfume fades like a grain of sand. The dust on the needle of the record player is thick and gray, a little woolly blanket that has slowly made its way since the last time you dropped the arm to play our favorite song. The dust on the needle of the record player, and the right or wrong. The bass walks slow like a silent groove, the guitar swells like a do not move, the upright plays a chord that sounds like stylus, and the brush drum taps a little pious. I blow the dust, but it clings to the tip. The crackle on the record is the fingertip slip. Oh, the dust on the needle of the record player is a sign I haven't played a single song since you walked out, a single serenade. The music sits in vinyl sleeves, the turntable is still. The dust on the needle of the record player, and the lost the will. So let the fibers gather on the diamond and the arm, the dust on the needle of the record player, and the silent charm. Top strums a chord that sounds like clean it. The bass slides low to the mean it. like a silent dawn. A little dent from your hip on the bed is a curve in the memory foam, a hollow where you used to lie when you were far from home. You slept on your left side always. Your hip dug in deep. The little dent from your hip on the bed and the asleep. The bass holds a note like a sleeping breath. The guitar swells like a little death. The upright plays a chord that sounds like mattress, and the brush drum taps a little witness. I curl my body into the dent you made. The crackle on the record is the fade. Oh, the little dent from your hip on the bed is a mold of where you were. The way you'd pull the blanket up and softly start to stir. Your hip bone pressed against the foam, a pillow neath your head. The little dent from your hip on the bed and the dread. So let the memory foam remember the curve of your left side, the little dent from your hip on the bed and the tide. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like flip it. The bass slides low to the sink or ship it. I flip the mattress, but the dent remains. The little dent from your hip on the bed and the broken chains. The needle lifts, the bed is still. The dent waits there like a sleeping pill. The tin of buttons you say is a rattle in my hand. A little metal ball blocks of circles from the where we used to stand. You saved them from your grandpa's coats, from dresses that you wore, the tin of buttons you saved, and the evermore. The bass walks low like a button's edge, the guitar swells like a saving pledge, the upright plays a chord that sounds like snap, and the brush drum taps a little trap. I open the tin and pour them on the bed, the crackle on the record is the sleepy head. Oh, the tin of buttons you saved is a history of thread, a little collection of the colors of the lives we fled. There's a silver one from your navy coat, a brass one from my dress, the tin of buttons you saved in the loneliness. So let the buttons clink and roll across the wooden floor, the tin of buttons you saved in the nevermore. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like so them, the bass slides low to the know them. I put the buttons back into the tin of buttons you saved, and begin again. The needle lifts, the tin is closed, the buttons wait like the unexposed. The scent of your laundry detergent is still on the old sheets, a little hint of something clean that lingers in the crease. I've washed them 8 times since you left, but still I find a trace. The scent of your laundry detergent and the empty space. The bass walks low like a fresh spring breeze, the guitar swells like a meant to please, the upright plays a chord that sounds like fabric softener, and the brush drum taps a little loft in her. I press the sheet against my face and breathe, the crackle on the record is the wreath of grief. Oh, the scent of your laundry detergent is a ghost of every load. You'd sort the whites and colors on the laundry room's abode. You like the lavender and sea salt, the kind that came in blue. The scent of your laundry detergent and what you knew. So let the fragrance fade into the cotton and the thread, the scent of your laundry detergent and the soul that fled. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like buy it, the bass slides low to the try it I buy the same detergent, but it's not the same. The scent of your laundry detergent, and I lost the game. The needle lifts, the sheets are clean, the scent is gone in the in-between. The ding on the door from your ring is a little dent in the pine, a small metallic crater from the last time you were mine. You knocked too hard to say goodbye. Your ring hit the wood. The ding on the door from your ring, and the understood. The bass walks low like a metal tap. The guitar swells like a broken map. The upright plays a chord that sounds like wedding band, and the brush drum taps a little second hand. I touch the dent with my fingertip. The crackle on the record is the fingertip slip. Oh, the ding on the door from your ring is a scar from the gold. A little round impression of a story left untold. The ring is gone, your hand is gone, the door is standing still. The ding on the door from your ring, and I lost the will. So let the pine hold the circle where the metal met the grain. The ding on the door from your ring, and the loving pain. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like fillet. The bass slides low to the kill it. I leave the dent where it's always been. The ding on the door from your ring, and the begin again. The needle lifts, the door is still. The ding waits there like a little hill. The dust mote floating in the afternoon light is a tiny little star. A speck of nothing that I watch from where the windows are. It rises on the warm air, it falls without a sound. The dust mote floating in the light, and the lost and found. The bass holds a note like a floating thing. The guitar swells like a bird on wing. The upright plays a chord that sounds like weightless, and the brush drum taps a little fadeless. I try to catch the mood upon my hand. The crackle on the record is the no man's land. Oh, the dust mote floating in the afternoon light is a ghost of what we were. A little piece of nothing that I cannot quite deter. It lands and lifts, it drifts and spins, it never stays in place. The dust mote floating in the light and the empty space. So let the speck of dust float on the beam of golden sun. The dust mote floating in the light and the race I run. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like blow it. The bass slides low to the know it. I blow the mode and watch it float away. The dust mote floating in the light and the everyday. The needle lifts, the mode is gone. Another takes its place like a silent dawn. The shadow of the bedpost at midnight is long and thin and tall. A dark shape on the bedroom wall that looks like nothing at all. But when I wake up from a dream, my heart begins to race. The shadow of the bedpost at midnight and the empty space. The bass holds a note like a midnight bell. The guitar swells like a where to dwell. The upright plays a chord that sounds like bedpost, and the brush drum taps a little dead ghost. I sit up in the bed and watch the shape. The crackle on the record is the escape. Oh, the shadow of the bedpost at midnight is the silhouette of you. The way you used to stand and watch me sleeping, standing true. It's just the post, I know you're not here anymore. The shadow of the bedpost at midnight, and the evermore. So let the moonlight paint your shape on the plaster every night. The shadow of the bedpost at midnight, and the lost the fight. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like turn it off. The bass slides low to the learn the cough. I turn the lamp on and the shadow disappears. The shadow of the bedpost at midnight, and the silent years. The needle lifts, the moon goes down. The shadow fades in the empty town. The groove in the desk from your pen is a river of your thought, a little dent in the wood where the ink and pressure fought. You'd press too hard when you were stuck. You'd dig into the grain, the groove in the desk from your pen, and the loss and gain. The bass walks low like a line of prose. The guitar swells like a finger's toes. The upright plays a chord that sounds like stationary, and the brush drum taps a little contrary. I trace the groove with my fingertip. The crackle on the record is fingertip slip. Oh, the groove in the desk from your pen is a scar from every letter you wrote to me when we were young and thought we knew much better. The bills, the lists, the grocery notes, the I'll be home at 5. The groove in the desk from your pen, and the still alive. So let the oak hold the channel where the bic dug in deep. The groove in the desk from your pen, and the promises to keep. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like sanded. The bass slides low to the bandit. I leave the groove where it's always been. The groove in the desk from your pen, and the begin again. The needle lifts, the desk is worn. The groove is there like a field of corn. The hair in the bathtub drain is a tangle of brown and gray, a little nest of fiber that has slowly made its way down through the water, through the soap, catch upon the cross, the hair in the bathtub drain, and the loss. The bass walks low like a drain pipe's gurgle. The guitar swells like a funeral dirge. The upright plays a chord that sounds like plumbing, and the brush drum taps a little coming. I pull the hair out with a paper clip. The crackle on the record is the finger slip. Oh, the hair in the bathtub drain is a timeline of our love. The strands from your head, the strands from mine, all tangled up in a glove. I used to complain about the mess, now I miss every strand. The hair in the bathtub drain, and the empty hand. So let the drain collect the hair from every lonely shower. The hair in the bathtub drain, and the dying flower. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like clean it. The bass slides low to the mean it. I throw the hair in the trash and wash my hands. The hair in the bathtub drain, and the no man's lands. The needle lifts, the drain is clear, but the hair is gone, and so is the fear. The rubber band around the doorknob is brittle and it's dry. A little loop of latex that's been waiting for the why. You put it there to remind yourself to take the trash at night. The rubber band around the doorknob, and the lost the fight. The bass walks low like a little snap. The guitar swells like a maybe nap. The upright plays a chord that sounds like stretchy, and the brush drum taps a little sketchy. I twist the band and feel it start to crack. The crackle on the record is the never back go. The rubber band around the doorknob is a fossil of a chore, a little piece of office supply that doesn't matter anymore. You don't need to take the trash out, 'cause you're not here at all. The rubber band around the doorknob, and the waiting call. So let the latex crumble and the loop fall to the floor. The rubber band around the doorknob, and the nevermore. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like snap it. The bass slides low to the lap it. I take the band and throw it in the bin. The rubber band around the doorknob, and then begin again. The needle lifts, the knob is bare, the rubber band is gone like a little prayer. The cigarette burn on the sill is shaped like a little moon. A blackened crescent on the wood from a night in early June. You leaned your elbow on the ledge and let the ash fall free. The cigarette burn on the sill, and the way you looked at me. The bass walks low like the smoke outside. The guitar swells where the truth tried to hide. The upright plays a chord that sounds like embers, and the brush drum taps slow Novembers. I touch the burn with my fingertip. The crackle on the record is the slip of the lip. Oh, the cigarette burn on the sill is a scar from a forgotten night, when the city lights were blinking and you held the smoke so tight. You flicked the ash out to the dark and didn't see the mark you made. The cigarette burn on the sill, and the price of the serenade. So let the wood hold the blackened ring of that June night's glow. The cigarette burn on the sill, and the love I used to know. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like lighter. The bass slides low to the something brighter. I light a cigarette and hold it to the same spot. The cigarette burn on the sill, and the love I haven't got. The needle lifts, the smoke curls up and dies. The burn stays black under different skies. The last splinter from the porch swing is in a jar on the shelf, a tiny piece of cedar that reminds me of myself. When we used to swing so slow in the summer evening breeze, the last splinter from the porch swing and the dying trees. The bass walks low like the creak of the chain. The guitar swells like the coming rain. The upright plays a chord that sounds like wood rot, and the brush drum taps a forget-me-not. I hold the jar up to the fading light. The crackle on the record is the summer night. Oh, the last splinter from the porch swing is all that's left of us. The boards are in the landfill, the chains are covered in rust, but I saved this little sliver when they tore the old thing down. The last splinter from the porch swing in a part of town. So let the cedar dry and the jar collect the dust. The last splinter from the porch swing and the love I couldn't trust. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like splinter. The bass slides low through the winter. I open the jar and touch the wood. The last splinter from the porch swing and the neighborhood. The needle lifts, the jar goes back. The splinter waits on a different track. The shadow of the ceiling fan spins circles on the wall, a dark blade chasing its own tail, a rhythm without a call. I lie on my back and count the spins from 1 to 43. The shadow of the ceiling fan and the part of you in me. The bass walks low like a circling blade. The guitar swells in a slow cascade. The upright plays a chord that sounds like rotate, and the brush drum taps a soft dictate. I watch the shadow cross your old side of the bed. The crackle on the record is the nothing said. Oh, the shadow of the ceiling fan is a circle with no end. It loops and loops above my head like a message I can't send. It doesn't stop, it doesn't slow. It doesn't even care. The shadow of the ceiling fan and the empty chair. So let the blades keep spinning till the motor burns away. The shadow of the ceiling fan and the price I pay. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like stop it. The bass slides low to the broken pocket. I reach for the chain, but I let it go. The shadow of the ceiling fan in the silent blow. The needle lifts, the fan still spins. The shadow passes and begins again. The spilled salt on the counter from the night you cooked. You swept it into a pile, but never really looked. I threw a pinch over my left shoulder for luck. The spilled salt on the counter and the bridge that bucked. The bass walks slow like a superstition. The guitar swells with a bad premonition. The upright plays a chord that sounds like omen, and the brush drum taps a slow moment. I trace the salt grains with a paper towel. The crackle on the record is the disavowal. Oh, the spilled salt on the counter was a sign I didn't read. The bad luck settled in the cracks like a tiny little seed. You left 3 days later on a train to the coast. The spilled salt on the counter and the love I lost. So let the salt dissolve in the morning wipe. The spilled salt on the counter and the broken stripe. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like warning. The bass slides low in the early morning. I knock on wood, but the wood is cold. The spilled salt on the counter and a story untold. The needle lifts, the salt is gone. The counter is clean, but the luck is withdrawn. The third glass is empty on the table for three. We haven't moved it since you set it down for me. But you never came back from the powder room that night. The third glass is empty and the room feels tight. The bass holds a note like a chair that won't fill. The guitar swells, but the room is too still. The upright plays a key that no one pressed, and the brush drum takes its silent rest. I pour a little wine into the empty glass. The crackle on the record watches it pass. Oh, the third glass is empty and the other two are full. One for me, one for the ghost who broke the rule. The third glass waits for the friend who ran away on a Tuesday night in the month of May. So let the wine sit in the third glass and turn to air the empty glass and the love I left unfair. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like why. The bass slides low with a quiet sigh. I lift the third glass and a toast to the missing, the empty glass, and the night stopped listening. The needle lifts, I pour the wine down the sink. The third glass and the three-way link. The melody I hum when I miss you has no name. It starts on a D and ends on a shame. I don't know where I learned it or why it stays. The melody I hum on the loneliest days. The bass holds a note like a held-in cry. The guitar swells but doesn't know why. The upright is silent, the brushes don't play. The melody I hum when you're so far away. I hum it in the shower, I hum it in the car. The crackle on the record is the only star. Oh, the melody I hum when I miss you has no words It flies like a ghost through the winter birds. Every note is a tear. I never cried. Every rest is a place where my heart went and died. So let the melody hum on the edge of the air. The melody I hum when I wish you were there. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like home. The bass slides low through the city's foam. I hum the melody one last time. The melody I hum when you're no longer mine. The needle lifts, the melody stays in my chest. I hum it softly and I let it rest. The matchbook from the Ritz is in my coat. A single match left, a forgotten note. You lit my cigarette on the mezzanine. The matchbook from the Ritz in a silver sheen. The bass bows low like a waltz we shared. The guitar swells like the time you cared. The upright plays a chord that sounds like diamond, and the brush drum taps on a silent island. I strike the last match and watch it flare. The crackle on the record is the dinner we didn't dare. Oh, the matchbook from the Ritz holds a single flame. The night we dressed in black and forgot our name. You ordered champagne that we never finished. The matchbook from the Ritz and a love diminished. So let the last match burn down to the cardboard. The matchbook from the Ritz and the love I stored. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like gown. The bass slides low to the other side of town. I strike the match matchbook from the Ritz, and the night undone. The needle lifts, the matchbook is bare. I close my eyes and pretend you're there. The bend in the staircase rail is smooth as polished stone. Where your hand slid down each morning as you went to work alone. The varnish wore away from years of gripping just so tight. The bend in the staircase rail in the morning light. The bass walks low like a hand on wood. The guitar swells like a maybe could. The upright plays a chord that sounds like worn down, and the brush drum taps a little brown gown. I place my palm where your palm used to rest. The crackle on the record is the second best. Oh, the bend in the staircase rail is the shape of your goodbye. The curve of your fingers in the wood, the tilt of your goodbye sigh. I run my hand along the spot and feel the ghost of skin. The bend in the staircase rail and the might have been. So let the wood hold the hollow where your hand used to land. The bend in the staircase rail and the ghost of a hand. The arch top strums a chord that sounds like staircase. The bass slides low to the same old place. I walk up the stairs and touch the bend in the staircase rail, till the very end. The needle lifts, the rail is still bent. The wood remembers what the heart meant. The view from the fire escape last summer was clear. We watched the city sweat and the pigeons disappear. You pointed to a water tower where we'd left our mark. The view from the fire escape in the cooling dark. The bass holds a note like the heat of the day. The guitar swells in a lingering way. The upright plays a chord that sounds like evening, and the brush drum taps a slow bereaving. I lean on the railing where your elbow used to rest. The crackle on the record is the summer I loved best. Oh, the view from the fire escape last summer is gone. The city's still sweating, but the love has moved on. The water tower still stands where we carved the date. The view from the fire escape and a different fate. So let the summer haze cover all the years. The view from the fire escape and the salt of tears. The archtop strums a chord that sounds like August. The bass slides low through a season of dust. I sit on the steps where we used to kiss. A view from the fire escape in the summer I miss. The needle lifts, the fire escape creaks. I go back inside for another view.